wild stuff that is like, oh, you know what? This could be an entertainment thing. But I'm gonna play her last clip of her debating this young guy. So,
guys,
members of the Black community want to.
Kamal, I know you dying to say something about him not being foundationally Black American. So we'll go to you first.
It ain't me. It's his damn hairline dying to say he's not foundational Black American. We didn't get his ass out of here. This is a definition of a fucking tether. This is what we mean a tether is. Do you see what he's spewing? You see how he's trying to undermine? And he's not even from America, nor his parents. He said it. As he's wagging the finger at Black Americans like, y'all fucked up. Okay, where are you from? Oh, Angola? Oh, let's do our Ricky Smiley research. Oh, shit, y'all hella tribalistic over there and chopping each other heads off and shit. Oh, but we ain't showing that out there. We ain't getting at you and wagging a finger at what's going on in Africa. You feel me? But they want to wag the finger at us, foundational Black Americans, because we clowned them in damn middle school. Clowned them in high school. So what? Everybody got clowned. They talk shit about me. They call me sticks and bones. I was skinny as hell in high school. Chicken legs. All types of shit. You think I'm mad? No. That's how it goes. But they want to get, and see, that young man right there, he could be dangerous because he's young and he's actually intelligent. And these be the motherfuckers that go into politics and do and have laws made and do policies and shit. And they have this anti-Black goddamn mindset, you feel me? Off of fucking false information. That be the thing. Damn. But yeah, you're right, Gray. I was dying to say something, you feel me? Because Berber Hairline was screaming, I need help. Please help me. Shit.
Oh my gosh.
So Mia, you were saying before the show, like you live in the middle of nowhere, so it probably wasn't like a lot of Black people there and everything like that. That's kind of, that guy was kind of saying that he grew up around like Black people. So like for me, it's two Black people I know that shot somebody, and one of them on his podcast, and Doc is that person. And the people, my cousin's the other person. And looking at them, I always thought they was loose cannons. And the way that I look at it as a person, like this person is like this, not that this person is Black. So like, what's your perception on that? Do you feel like basically when people are not around that they might have a misconception because they're not just around those people? What is your thought?
Yeah, so a little bit of fact. I too am from Maine. That is my actual home state, and that's why I was so embarrassed for him saying that. I was like, what the fuck? Damn it. I am from #207. So I grew up in the Great Northeast, as you can imagine. Bears, mountain lions, moose, and trees. Lots of trees. Wasn't a ton of ethnicity. However, I did grow up I'm multicultural, so I grew up with all sides of my family. I came from an intact family, all sides of my family. I think the problem with him specifically, or the problem with anybody, when they're not Black American and they don't have heritage attached to the land that they're living in. So Amanda clocked it, and this would be the third time I've said it on this panel. He said, you guys, not our community, us, mine. And you can tell, and this should just reaffirm, you have to pay attention to what people say. He doesn't consider himself Black because he's an African immigrant raised by Africans, and they come here. Top 10% of Africans make it here, nobody else. And then they don't do apples to apples, they do apples to oranges. So the top 10% of wealthy Africans migrate here, and then they try to compare themselves to our bottom 10%, and they try to say they one up us. They never do apples to apples, because if they did, we dog them out and house them every single time, and they don't want to admit that. They're not on our level. They refuse. And I think with him, it came more from his African heritage and thinking that he's better than Black Americans, because that was taught to him. I don't even think that has anything to do with lack of being around other Black people. I truly believe he was just taught to be a little too prideful from his African immigrant family that came over here. But a lot of people do allow propaganda to change their narrative. And unfortunately, we all know who owns the airwaves. We all know who the music executives are. We all know who owns the news. And they purposefully show Black people at our worst, committing the worst atrocities. They never show us at our best. They never show us graduating. They never show our graduation pictures. Nothing. They do that on purpose. Because that's how they propagandize, because we're always the villain, even though if you look at the raw data, we're not really the villains.
For sure. So
now you're xenophobic. They about to call you that. All in the comments now. You xenophobic now, Mia. God damn. I'm
a Black conservative. Somebody always hating on me. Everybody's always hating on me. You hate Black people. I'm like, what do you mean? I keep saying our community. What are you talking about?
For sure. So, Enzo, you're on a podcast with mostly minorities, and I feel like the comment that people are making about that guy is that because he's African, he can't speak on like certain things. In my professional life in finance, I was the only Black person in the entire building, but everybody wanted to be my friend. I didn't deal with the negative of being the only Black person. But like, I never felt like that I couldn't speak on anything. I felt like I could say whatever I wanted. Do you feel like people are controlled and not able to say what they want to say based on their race, or should they be allowed to say it?
No, I mean, everyone has the free will to say what they want to say. At the end of the day, it just comes down to, are you an arrogant person and an ignorant person at the end of the day and going to make a fool out of yourself, or can you come across in a respectful way to either ask a question to understand, or be like, hey, this is what I've was brought up to raise and understand. So is this right? Is this wrong? That's how people should go about it. But then again, you're always going to have the bad apples that taint everything for the rest of everybody.
Understandable. Skeptic, you're raising a Black child, and I know you talk about a lot of Black stuff. Do you feel like once a person's ingrained within the Black community, they've now earned the right to speak on these issues and try to affect change?
No, and I also think the way you look, like you're presenting, female presenting also matters. Like, I'm Mexican, but I understand I'm a pale-skinned Mexican, right? So like, depending on where I'm at or like what I'm doing, a lot of the time I understand that there's privilege that comes with just the way I look, right? So I grew up in a family, they look more indigenous than I do. And they always used me to like, hey, go tell them this, because they understood the system in America is racist and it goes based on what you look like. Even if you are a Black woman or a Black man, but you kind of are more lighter skinned or, present as white, you have more privilege. This is just something. If you are an ethnic person or any person in any kind of community that's not white, you understand this from a very young age. Nobody has to explain this to you. I'll say this to something that Mia said. And if my brother, I have family or friends that we consider family who are from Africa, right? When Africans come here, a lot of the time, even the fact that they can get here, they're already wealthy and kind of are already coming from a privileged place, okay? And this is no hate to anyone from Africa. I just think that it's interesting because you use the civil rights that were fought for. For example, this young man that was talking, had it not been for the civil rights movement, he wouldn't even been able to be on this panel and to speak. So it's like a type of disrespect that goes a little bit beyond just kind of being ungrateful for the rights that he has. It's the fact that you can come here and get scholarships that were only for the Black community. You come here and you can take advantage of all of this. The fact that you can get FAFSA, the fact that you can get, living certain, privileges that had it not been for the Black community that you're dogging, that you're literally saying or cannot do the things you're doing, is crazy. Like, and I think this is one of the things I have to, and I don't normally like agree with FBI, but this is one of the things that I'm like, yeah, I can see the point on this, because all immigrants, doesn't matter your color, even if you're a brown person and you're here and you're an immigrant, the fact that you have any kind of right and you can speak on anything political or get rights, any kind of rights here in America, is because of the civil rights movement. And like, the fact that you have no respect for that is the thing that irks the Black community. And I think that's important to note, because immigrants make a bad rep because they speak on things. You're so ignorant that you're not even understanding the fact that you can even talk about it and continue to live in your ignorance and not know why you are afforded these rights is the what drives people crazy about the immigrant community.
Sure.
Skeptic, you xenophobic now too. Damn.
And I come from an immigrant family. Like my parents are immigrants, so it's like, you know, it's crazy. I when I hear immigrants talk like that, I'm like, you're just so like ignorant. Though I feel like my parents had enough like respect to like teach, to want to learn the history of this country. And my parents made sure we learned the history of our country. But entering this new country as a person of color, you should know the history of this country, because if not, it's so disrespectful. You're going to step over the lives of those that literally spilled blood for you to have freedom. Like, it's crazy.
I know Jubilee added him from that audition just to piss her off. I know he's a plant. He was a plant. They put him there literally to piss her off. That was a plant.
Wait,
100%.
Mia, you saying this is the first debate plant ever?
No, not at all. But I'm saying in this debate, he was a plant. He was so young, hadn't even had any life experience. And just, I'm sure they were salivating when he said his family were immigrants from Africa. They're like, yeah, we're capitalizing on the FBA immigrant conversation. I'm sure they were salivating for that.
I'll say when the pastor said, when Amanda Seales was like, I'm your elder, and the pastor was like, how old are you? I'm 30 something. She was like 44. I was like, she looks younger than him.
Yeah. The pastor was like 28 or some shit like that.
You know, the guy that y'all had on the panel, like, I don't know, he's a pastor, right? Wasn't he a pastor? That's all I remember about him. He's younger. Yeah, he's younger than Amanda Seales by almost like 10 years, I want to say.
Oh, wow. Well, she looks good for her age.
She looked good.
Yeah. Well, for sure. We brought Andre as a plant for you guys. He was a plant. But if you're watching right now, hit that subscribe button and press that notification bell to know when we go live. Skeptic, what's your final thoughts?
I'm not doing lives right now, but I appreciate the new party, and I think we had a really good show tonight. Thank you to everyone for having conversations, and I know that Kamal really enjoyed the plant that you guys sent to us. So
for sure, no constitutional rights.
Don't let anyone trample on your constitutional rights.
For sure. Enzo, what's your final thoughts?
So this is a very good episode, different episode. I'm gonna steal a little Kamal's thunder. Bro, the comment section, some of y'all be saying the most foul shit. Like, if anyone's pointing out who's a racist and who's not, you guys did so. Because I'm looking at half these comments and I'm like, what is wrong with you guys? And so the one dude that said I'm 100% Italian, bro, you are not 100% Italian. We do not claim you. With the racist comments that you're making, saying they have mutts and everything like that, no, don't ever show yourself in public and say you Italian ever again. Other than that, if Diddy get out of jail, invest in Johnson & Johnson. That's all I got to say, guys.
Kamal, what's your final thoughts?
Nah, Enzo, that was great because as soon as I saw that in the comment, I'm like, I know Enzo gonna say something about this. He the one. See, Enzo telling us about you motherfuckers. He be delineating from you motherfuckers. He like, look, we are not them, man. But yeah, shout out to people in the comments. The comments was a little wild. I wish Lolly would have stayed in. You said we were self-hating. As soon as I talked about Sparky and you doing strange relations with Sparky, you stepped out the convo. Why? God damn. Will Donald Trump pardon Diddy? Hell no. But it's good PR. Also, with Amanda Seales, she was going against 18 conservatives. The other two were black conservatives out there, and they were really trying to actually have a dialogue and, have good debate and get an understanding of stuff. The rest of them on there, they were performative coons. That's just how I felt. even the sassy Sambo we had on the damn show, that bro was like, I don't know if y'all saw the episode, but watching that Jubilee, I was like, oh, bro, it's performing right now. Oh man, hey man, the black conservatives out there, you feel me? It's not all of y'all, but y'all getting a bad rep, man. Y'all getting the rep of grifters, performers, and people that's not really taking debate seriously and shit like that. Like, man, y'all had it's crazy to me. Y'all had Amanda Seals look like goddamn Malcolm X up there. That's a hard thing to do. God damn. She was out there like MLK whooping y'all ass in the debate. You feel me? But at the end of the day, when it comes to debating, like I said, I agree with Enzo. There's no like winners and losers, but there are people that's gonna make more sense in a debate and come with more facts. And there's gonna be people that just sound. Can I say the R word on here? No.
What's the R word?
I
just would stay away.
Yeah.
Okay. The R word. Some of them a little slow. There we go. We just say
okay.
Yeah. It's like, and that's how debating is. You feel me? Now, great debates is when y'all both can be passionate about your stance and still have a great understanding where you're coming from and not turn into over talking or being highly disrespectful and stuff like that. You know what I mean? Like, you can have a little clowning and a little, shit talking here or there, but it do get to a point where it could get disrespectful, and it do get to a point where if you're over talking too much, then it's not a debate no more. At that point, to me, it's just like you're clowning right now and you're not taking it serious. So that's how I feel. And yeah, the last thing I have to say, black on black crime is not fucking real. It's just crime. Scruff McGruff will kick y'all in your ass right now. Y'all saying that bullshit.
Can I ask the comments something? Who is a reformed gay man?
They're talking about the pastor because he went viral. There is a video out there about him. I think he went on Dr. Phil.
What?
So yeah, that did happen. But we'll put it on another show. But he was on Dr. Phil. But what I would say about Jubilee, this is why I like the new party. And I feel like this style, when you actually get to know people and you have different views and you're able to talk, you get a much better conversation. And also the content comes out better because certain people, especially when you're hosting, you're going to know, okay, this person's going to know about this or this person like this. Like, we'll know Kamal is going to know stuff about FBA. We'll know Enzo's going to know stuff about MAGA. We know Skeptic's going to know stuff about immigration. We know Mia going to know conspiracies. Nora go know whatever. Like, each person we know is going to know a certain thing. And I feel like that comes with better conversations and it actually pushes the conversation forward a lot better. So, like, with that being said, we do this every Monday through Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. So keep rocking with us. Like we always say on a new party, always vote. Oh, Nora, you made it.